Karate, the famous Japanese hand-to-hand combat art, known around the world. Even Bruce Lee trained in this iconic form of fighting. Karate is all about powerful and explosive strikes, whether it's with punches, kicks, or blocks. There are several forms or katas one can learn, and famously a hierarchy of proficiency typified by the color of one's belt. It goes in order from light to dark, white to start, then following in order of yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, red, brown, and finally black. If you get good enough, you can even advance 10 more levels in the black belt. Though the idea of karate might sound disciplined and honorable, its real-world application isn't always so clean. Misuse in street fights can lead to serious injuries, and not all dojos teach the philosophical side equally. Taekwondo. The pride and joy of Korea, this martial art is famous for looking acrobatic, insanely fast and high-spinning kicks. It's even made its way into the Olympics. It emphasizes discipline, respect, and of course, flashy head kicks. No surprise here, the creator of Taekwondo studied karate in Japan before making this art, and so Taekwondo also has a belt system, very similar to karate. While acrobatics can seem appealing, historical implementations in competitions have sometimes led to overemphasis on points rather than practicality, though it's great for fitness and self-confidence. Muay Thai. Thailand's art of 8 limbs fighting style. Here you'll find elbows, knees, shins, and clinch work. It's famous for being the art form that turns normally sensitive shins into weapons, breaking down bone and nerve endings till it's harder than rock. The style is characterized by brutal stand-up striking and checking or blocking incoming strikes with your shins. As brutal as it sounds, Muay Thai's intensity has led to real-world issues like chronic injuries for fighters, but it's a testament to human resilience when trained properly. Boxing. Not always considered a martial art, but it's the West's mastery of striking. It's characterized by quick footwork, head movements, and devastating punches. MMA champions usually begin here, making jabs, crosses, hooks, and uppercuts famous. It's the sweet science of the punch. In connection with combat sports, I'd recommend watching films like Rocky for inspiration, but remember, without proper gear, it can turn ugly fast. Kickboxing. The bridge between boxing and karate-style kicks. American kickboxing is limited by punch kick only, with the Dutch style adding low kicks and knees. It's all about raw power and cardio strength. Though it blends nicely, overuse in untrained settings can exacerbate the risks of head trauma, much like in its parent arts. Judo. Another Japanese technique based on throws and groundwork. It literally means gentle way, though I don't know how gentle it is to get thrown to the floor using your own weight and strength against you. It was developed from old jiu-jitsu and made safer and more sporting. It was made in Olympic sports since 1964, and they've been leveraging, throwing, tripping and pinning people ever since. A great example of how something gentle can be fiercely effective, but joint injuries are a common pitfall if not taught with care. Jiu-jitsu. This martial art comes in 2 forms. Firstly is the classic Japanese form that started it all. It focuses on throws, joint locks, some striking, and weapons. The more famous cousin, the king of the ground, is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It focuses on positions, submissions, chokes, and joint locks. It was made famous by the Gracies and UFC as the premier grappling form on the ground. The Gracie story is legendary, but in extreme regimes like early UFC, it showed how grappling can dominate, yet submissions gone wrong can cause lasting damage. Kung Fu, also known as Wushu, is a huge umbrella term for the hundreds of Chinese martial arts styles, among them the Shaolin animal forms that inspired Kung Fu Panda, Bruce Lee's infamous one-inch punch from the Wing Chun style, and the much calmer Tai Chi with its flowing movements and focus on internal power and health. While its variety is endless, historical applications in films often glamorize it, but real training requires patience to avoid the pitfalls of ineffective McDojo versions. Krav Maga. The infamous Israeli military self-defense technique that's all about one thing: get home alive. This one plays real dirty with eye gouges, groin strikes, and defense against weapons. It's considered one of the ultimate self-defense styles out there, with its aggressive and ultimately effective, no-nonsense approach to survival. Though practical, its dirty tactics can cross into excessive force if not regulated, making it a double-edged sword in civilian life. Aikido. Another Japanese style, this one is designed more as a philosophical technique, focused on redirection of an attacker's energy using circular throws and joint locks rather than aggression. Many find it to be a beautiful, flowing technique. Even its name means way of harmony. In a funny way, it's like the pacifist of martial arts, but skeptics argue it's less effective against resistant opponents. Still, great for mindset. Hapkido. The Korean cousin to Aikido. This technique is more combat-focused than its Japanese counterpart, also using joint locks and throws, but adding aggressive kicks, strikes, and even weapons. It builds on harmony, but amps up the aggression, showing how branches evolve. Kendo. The Japanese sword fencing technique using a bamboo shinai or sword. The practice has very strict etiquette, uses armor, and emphasizes lightning-quick strikes to win. It's said that the practice builds spirit and precision, like a ritual, but the intensity can lead to overlooked injuries if etiquette slips. Silat. Southeast Asia's Indonesia and Malaysia bring their own martial art form to bear here, using flowing but deceptive movements, elbows, low kicks, takedowns, and even blades. It's a very street-smart style that's incredibly practical. Deception is key, but with blades involved, real-world use demands extreme caution. Capoeira. A unique style that's half dance, half fighting style. It was born from African slaves using acrobatic flips, sweeps, handstands, and all to music. It may look silly or like a dance or game, but just try getting hit by it and you'll find out it's not that simple. The historical roots in resistance are inspiring, but the acrobatics can strain joints over time.